Welcome back. Komomagarima MP Francis Potape says declaring a state of emergency in order to conduct a by-election in Hela province will not solve the accumulated issues of the province within the next 8 months. He described a media report by Port Moresby-based Hela leader Robert Tia in a daily newspaper calling for a state of emergency as self-centered and misconceived and not in the best interest of the people. Potape said Hela's issues are huge, and among this, the increase of law and order problems, tribal fights, unsolved LNG project issues relating to benefits and landowner issues. He said Hela needs a good leader to address these issues, but at this stage, it is experiencing a political tussle and political impasse and does not warrant a state of emergency. He said there's no guarantee that anyone, including him or member for Koroba Kopiago, Philip Undialu, will have a quick fix solution to the problems within the 8 months before the next election in April next year. Potape said the by-election is the right of the people, but it depends on the Electoral Commission based on funds and security to conduct a successful by-election. The Hagaraga language spoken by the Makolkol tribe of Baining in the Gazelle district of East New Britain province is facing a possible extinction if nothing is done immediately to preserve the language. The language is facing the threat of extinction because it has not been passed on by generation to generation due to Western influence. Makolkol tribe chairman Paul Siwa is appealing to the government to quickly intervene and find ways to at least preserve the dying language. Leanne Togiba has more.
The once vibrant tribe is based in the mountains of East New Britain province. The Makolkol tribesmen were known in the past for their long-handled axes and surprise attacks on people within the area. Paul Siwa, who is one of the last of the Makolkols, says his ancestors used to be a big tribe.
They got some big plot disaster even come up not long 1914 na kamantap big plus sun na all kita waray dry inugat kay kerol sa time na all Makolkol all ipay all wanam kain all kay kita all piginin diway wanam kain all something about all ipay all lombuse all kay na long days plenty all it's something good plan body blong all same na plenty long all to die.
Mr. Siwa says his tribesmen used to be great warriors in their time. Unfortunately, there are now only 11 pure-blooded Makolkol people today.
I got 7 man. No, 7 man na 4 Mary.
Sad to say, but once the only surviving 11 who are in their old age pass on, the language will die with them. Leanne Togiba, NBC National News, Port Moresby.
Overseas, a court in Turkey has issued a formal warrant for the arrest of US-based Muslim cleric Fethullah Gulen, who the government accuses of being behind the failed July 15 coup attempt that left more than 270 people dead. The state-run Anadolu news agency said on Thursday that an Istanbul-based court issued the warrant for Gulen for ordering the July 15 coup attempt. The government says Gulen, a former ally of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who now lives in self-imposed exile in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania, masterminded the coup attempt by renegade officers in the Turkish military and wants him extradited to Turkey.
This arrest warrant for Fethullah Gulen, issued by an Istanbul court, accuses Gulen of ordering the July 15th coup attempt, but it's more of a symbolic legal move than one that will have any practical effect. Gulen is not here in Turkey. He's living in self-imposed exile in Pennsylvania in the United States. Now, the Turkish authorities have since July 15th, and actually before that, they've been demanding Gulen's extradition to Turkey. They've intensified those demands since the failed coup attempt. The Americans have said, well, present us with the evidence that Gulen was behind this coup attempt. The Turks say they are providing evidence, but there certainly hasn't been enough yet for the American authorities to even begin those extradition proceedings, and if they do ever start, they would have to be presented to an American court. That court would assess the evidence presented to it before considering whether to send Gulen back. Similarly, today, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says that he's going to totally cut off all business links of Gulen's organizations. He says he's involved in a lot of businesses, particularly in this country, and they are providing him the funding he needed to launch that coup attempt.
NBC National News continues after the break. Stay with us.